Pretty much I remember going back to 2008 and just playing with my friends for the first time. Uh, I had originally played with my brother that same summer. We had played together in an indoor field in Queens, and I pretty much had an advantage because my friends, in high school, they had never played ever before. I think Joe was like the only one who played once, but that was back when we were in 8th grade, and he had stopped. He didn't play for a while, and then as soon as I got interested and I told them about it, they wanted to get into it, and we went across the Tapestry Bridge over to the Palisades Mall. They had a small little place. It's Vendetta Paintball, and indoor wood bunkers, and I just remember there was only 8 of us, and we were just a bunch of seniors shooting each other, having a good time, and that day that we went was probably the best day for all of us because a lot of laughs were shared. Pretty much, it was like the basis of a lot of inside jokes that we have, and the feeling of it, because I was able to give them that same rush that I was given in my first time. When I see them, their faces would light up. They wanted to go back out there. We wanted to pretty much just shoot each other, and it was just great. It was great to see their faces, and that made me really happy. So the first time definitely is like one of the very best experiences. The first match that we pretty much had was the group of friends, my friends that we had played together with, versus another, good friend of ours with his twin. They pretty much had 10 noobs versus our rookies, and that's how the name Noobs versus Rookies came to be. And pretty much the roster was, pretty much the same as we have today, with a couple of other kids that we had to get. But we had already, originally playing with ourselves. We had played against each other, the rookies, and now we find ourselves playing together. So I think that's what the advantage was, because we knew what everyone was going to do, who was going to cover who was going to make a move, who wasn't going to make a move, who was gonna who was just gonna go out there and do their thing. And we all knew that because outside of paintball, we always joke around a lot, and we know what the other person's gonna do with or anything. So I thought that was a huge advantage because we're all good friends, and on the field the communication just clicked, even though it took us about almost 10 minutes to beat them, but the communication was good. And I thought that was the best that we ever had, because everyone was on the same page. Everyone knew what their job was to do. Everyone knew you had to get your bunkers, stay alive, shoot your guns, and talk with each other. And that's exactly what we did. And I just remember that match, feeling like, oh my God, this, we could have something here. This could be something for us. So I felt like after that win, we just felt invincible. We knew we had something going for us. And since that victory, we had, we brought it up and saying, hey, maybe we should start an actual team. So that's how that was born, because of that victory. Woods ball, versus speedball. Obviously the same concept. You want to, get the other team out, but there's a huge difference because, obviously woods being in the woods, speedball being on a court, on turf, and in footable bunkers. The big difference really is with woods ball, you're free to go and do whatever you want. You can take your time. You can position yourself, and you can get a lot more kills. Versus speedball, it's timed. You've got whether it's X ball or 7-man, you've got your other guys, and it's timed, and it's just a quicker, faster rush. Everyone's doing one thing, you're supposed to be doing another. That person's coming at you, the ref is doing one thing, and you gotta be alert, on your feet, and you have to communicate at your best. And I think speedball is really where paintball skills really are, to come to play. And woods ball too. I mean, it shows how well you can go out there and sneak around and come up with real, actual tactical game plays. And we had a good share of both. We had originally started out in speedball, and then once the weather got warmer, we had gone out and we practiced in the woods. And then we get so used to woods ball that coming back to speedball, you know, we didn't have, we had to, come back and just learn it all over again, But I think where the real thing is for our team was that we played speedball, we practiced speedball, and then we used all those skills and put it to woods ball. In woods ball, you have Mother Nature getting in the way. You've got rocks, you've got mud. If it's raining, if it's cloudy, if it's hot out, you've got to fight against that. Then you got to go against the other team that you're going playing. So that's where a lot of people argue that woods ball is a lot more strategic and it's just the better. But honestly, I think it's speedball, and I think that we have a well balanced history in both of them. I think the team is more of a speedball, friendly team versus woods ball. Even though we have markers that are supposed to be made for woods ball, we do a lot better in speedball, and I think that's what we should really focus on more. The Portchester versus White Plains match was probably, I think that everyone on the team can agree that that was the worst day of paintball for everyone. I mean, we were outnumbered. It was supposed to be, the private group, 20 people. It was supposed to be like 10 on 10 or like 12 on 8 or something like that. It happened to be where it was 8 or 9 of our guys versus like 14, 15 of their guys. And when we saw the number in the past, when we played a Homestead, Vendetta, Liberty, Queens, we've been outnumbered before, and we've been able to beat people. Didn't matter how many guys they had, we've beaten people before like that. And because it was Portchester, they were all noobs, and we had the guns, we had the jerseys, we had the gear, we had everything, and we had obviously the experience. Historically, obviously, we were the veteran team. So, when the game was set, when we were challenged, we thought, oh yeah, we're just gonna go, we're gonna smash these guys, we're gonna roll over them, stomp them out, and that was the attitude. But come game one, all of a sudden, no matter how many of them we shot like maybe like 4 or 5 of them, right off, maybe 1 minute into the game. But then all of a sudden after that, like 5 more guys would just fill in the spots and then take out 4 or 5 of our guys, and we were down on so many bodies that this has never happened before. So we really didn't know what was going on. So that first game, we thought, okay, first game jitters, whatever. It took them a while to actually to beat us. Come the second game, pretty much the same thing happens. We thought we were in control of the game, and all you hear is just people getting out, and it was just all on our side. For every probably 3 guys we got of them, they got 5 of ours. And it wasn't like, consecutive. It was maybe like every other, minute or something like that. That's what at least it felt to me. The games at least lasted maybe 5 to 6 minutes, and that was just punishment for us. We had never, we never felt that before. We're used to punishing people. We're not used to getting punished like that. So, I remember before the actual game started, the first game, the refs saw that the teams were uneven, and Kenny looks at me and he says like, hey, you wanna even the teams out? And that's when I looked at my boys and I look right back at him and I'm like, all right, fine, then we'll give you a couple more to make the team even then. And I think that's what really did us in. So it was pretty much just immaturity, thinking that we can just smash all of them just because they were noobs. I think our just heads were somewhere else. Everyone just wasn't doing the right job. Everyone wasn't on the same page. I don't know what happened, but everything just that went down. That rivalry, between Portchester and White Plains is our fault. All we had to do was just go in there and shut them out and get out. Unfortunately, it didn't work that way. So now we made this mess. We have to clean it up now. They won. It's not like they cheated or anything. They obviously they played well. They just swarmed us. That's all. I think maybe if we had maybe 1 or 2 more guys, or maybe 3 more guys, maybe we've had more of a standing chance. But I think it was really within us. We just weren't on our A game. We didn't really have a set goal plan. I think it was more like, all right, let's see who's doing a good job, and let's just stick with them. Let's help them out. Let's back them up. And it just wasn't a unit anymore. It was just mainly like every man for himself. Because in the beginning, as soon as the break got out, you would get your spots. You were with the people. You had a plan, and then all of a sudden, one person would get out, your partner would get out, and then you were by yourself, or your partner's, behind you, covering you, and then somehow the other side, everyone on the other side gets out, and now you have that whole other side to look out for, plus the people in front of you. So that's pretty much how it was. No matter how long, I was like one of like the last few ones left. I tried to get as many as I could, but it just wasn't working. So we knew after that we just wanted to stomp heads right after that. But I know that we do need some practice, and we need to get focused. We need to get back on game like we used to be. I'm not a hater at all when it comes to things like that. They arose to the occasion. They came at us and they beat us. For us, it was more like we were fighting against ourselves, and I thought that we could have played a lot better. And even though we did step it up 1 or 2 more games, it just wasn't enough. So they did well. I can't take that away from them, because I know what that feeling is like. They came out against a bunch of people who underestimated them, and they came out on top. They proved something. So I know that Kenny and Ramsey, they're pretty good players too, because they came and played with us at Liberty a few times. So I think maybe that was part of their gameplay, that they would see how we played, and then now that they have a team of their own, now they came at us with that knowledge. Or maybe they're just good players. They're fast. They're just really quick on their feet, and I don't know if it was maybe dumb luck for Kenny, but he got me in the first match, and then the second match I got him right back, so I'm pretty much even with him. Ramsey, I actually have a score to settle with him, so all I can say is that Portchester, just congratulations, you got the win, but White Plains, you have to watch out for us. And I'm gonna say this right now: next game comes, you better watch out, because we still are the team to beat. There's nothing wrong with us. We just messed up. It was a bad game. We picked up actually 3 more other players, so with this practice that we're doing, we're going to come out and we're just going to do what you guys did to us. So don't think that this is something that you guys can gloat about for a long time, because we're just going to come right back and show you what sudden impact really means. So go party while you still can.